Hello, I'm Ferris Peter. Welcome to this tutorial on the basic concept of Protoss versus Terran. In this video, I'm not going to go too deep into the how to react to specific links or process. Instead, I just want to focus purely on macro aspect. How PvP should be played from the Protoss side, and give you some advice or tips about how to avoid uncomfortable or hard to recover situations during the game. Here we have basically a replay from me. I'm playing versus AI. And I want you to see how macros should be played, how to be efficient, how to be effective with your reroller. Basically, we are gonna focus here on timings, on constantly warp units, when I can chrono boost my pros, when I cannot. Basically, macro. Basically, is macro. So, first of all, I really recommend to make a Reaper wall if you are new into the game, because sometimes could be really hard to deal with the first Reaper of Terran or any aggression. Maybe if it's Reaper Rush, I don't know if that specific build is played on any league, but basically, if you have troubles with Reapers or pressure with Reapers on early, you can play this Reaper wall and you should be totally fine. Okay. At the moment the pylon finished, you should start your chrono boost. And your 17 probe, you make the first gas. You keep making probes, you never stop making probes. When you are 16 out of 16, you make one probe into the gas, another probe into the natural, okay? You're gonna play natural into cybercore. Okay, and the next probe, it's gonna be on the cybercore. Okay, you're gonna make it cybercore with this probe. There we go. And then we make another probe, gas, another probe. Okay, have it on queue. We don't queue anymore. And basically, when I have 22, at the moment I have 22. Okay, we start the second pylon when we have 100 minor. Then we just fill our shotgun gas. Okay, pretty easy. And then the first unit we are gonna go here is a Stalker, because it's super good versus Reaper or versus anything that could be harassing us. Even Marines, or if we scout, okay, if we scout and we see no two gases, like the standard for the Terrans nowadays, I think is double gas, because on my own ladder games I only get two gases opener from the Terran side. But if you scout one gas and no barrack, like it's one proxy, and you figure out that the barrack is not here, it's not here, it's not here, like it's not close to the base, like it's proxy, okay, it's on proxy, should be here, should be here, should be here, probably here, okay. You don't start a Stalker, you can make adept, because most likely when it's one gas and it's proxy and you know it's proxy marauder. So a good thing you can do is scout if it's one or two racks, and if it's two racks, you with Technolab in the two racks, you cancel the base, you make batteries, you make one adept, you don't make wargate, okay, you don't make wargate, and you go straight to robotic facility to make immortals as fast as you can. This is the only rules I'm gonna explain how to deal with on this video, but it's one of the hardest with this build, because you are not allowed to make base if the proxy marauder is with two technolabs on the racks. You are not allowed to spam, basically. If it's only one and you see, let's say it's one barrack here, but you see it's no factory, it's no I don't know, it's no base, okay, or if you check the base and you go up and you see no orbital building, okay, this is not building an orbital, most likely is proxy barrack, okay. If you notice this and you check is proxy barrack, okay, you just have to go up with the probe and check it's not building any command center. You just can place batteries here, like you can place 2-3 batteries with another pylon here to not get the power the batteries. You can stop this basically massing stalkers with chronobus. Okay, but this is the only detail you are exposed with this build order. I think you can also, if you don't feel safe making this, or you don't feel comfortable scouting, you can skip totally the scout. Okay, you can skip the scout, and at the moment you build the next side, okay, you go to scout to around your base and see if there is any proxy. If there is not, basically you are safe. Most likely the Terran are gonna play standard. So, but this is a little for more high elo, and it's a bit risky. I don't recommend to do that. I always recommend to scout and figure out what is going on the base of the enemy. But it's another possibility. If you feel comfortable or confident to do it, basically you can do it. But here we are gonna play Stalker to deal with the Reaper. The perfect timing to start with this Stalker, I think, is 2 minutes 6 seconds. Okay, sorry, 2 minutes 6 seconds. I think it's the totally timing perfect. It's hard to get this timing, but if you can, the Reaper is not gonna even clip the run, because the Reaper is coming here at 2 minutes 23 seconds, I think, if the Terran goes straight and the Reaper goes like the Reaper ends at 2 minutes exactly. Like, this is the perfect timing, okay? So at 2 minutes 23, the Reaper is gonna be here. Okay, now we are gonna have the Reaper over here. Okay, it's coming. Probably are gonna get one probe. So the Stalker is a bit late. It's at 2:30 on the ramp. Okay, the Reaper can be hitting some probes, so those probes could be here. Okay, so you are safe. And when the Stalker arrives, the Reaper should go out. Okay, I don't think any Terran will commit into, I don't know, take any probe. Even the information, if he go here, he's gonna scout the detalles later, so no need for the Terran to commit, so you can go down with the probes and make the extra gate. The second unit we are gonna play here is Sentry, okay? Because with this build, we are lacking of some scout, because to the other build, like, I don't know if you know, the Cybercore into Nexus, okay, is literally the opposite. We play here Nexus into Core. The other build is Core into Nexus. The first unit you have to play is Adept, because the Cybercore finish so much early on. So you are allowed to play Adept, and you are also defend with the Reaper, even if the Adept takes 3 extra seconds to build. Like, Stalker take less seconds to build. That's why this opener is viable nowadays. So that's it. You are lacking on a scout, so you really need a sentry. You are delaying a bit your techs, okay? Because when you build that sentry, the next 100 gas is gonna be on the Twilight, okay? With this build, you are playing Twilight. We are not playing Stargate. We are not playing Robo First. No, we are playing Twilight. So another important thing is when this natural ends, the chronobus is gonna be on the probes, on the natural. Okay. Here, the chronobus, we are not spending this chronobus because we really need the overcharge into the sentry as fast as we can. Okay, here we're gonna play the Twilight. And here we are gonna spend the battery overcharge here. Okay. So we scout. What we want to scout, or what we need to see. I'm gonna take. Okay. Here we are scouting for 2 things. Basically, if there is what is the Terran building, okay? If we see 2 gases opener, we have to see the CC building here, or at this timing I think it should be here. Okay, but we need to see the CC, like the second CC, and if he's playing factory with lab, or if at the moment we arrive here with the hallucination, we don't see any techno lab, it means should be Widow Mines, or he's building a Helion, like to scout. So basically, on our Twilight, we can play Blink if we see no lab. At the moment we arrive with the hallucination. Okay, if we see Technolab, we should play. It's not forced to play. Like it's not mandatory, but if you want to be safe and you don't want to get any uncomfortable situation, like I said on the intro, basically you just need to play charge. Okay, charge, and I'm going to tell you the reaction. If you see a Technolab, basically you need to fill as fast as you can. The probes on your natural lab, 16 out of 16. These probes, okay, this and this, no more. Then you totally cut your probes, like don't make any more probes. Take a third as fast as you can, and then go to 6 gates, okay? Climb to 6 gates, and Chronobus, all your Chronobus, is gonna be on the charge. And you spam silots, okay? And with the second hallucination, you're gonna confirm he's making a ambush, so you're gonna see the move out. But you already have silots, you are gonna stop it super easy, and you have a third base, okay? So your economy is gonna be super ahead. Even if he make a CV pull, you're gonna be safe. You are safe versus any pressure. And I don't know, if you scout, he's making Technolab, but he also have for Banshees, like a starboard for Banshees. It means the push is not gonna be that committed. So not many tanks. So you can warp some stalkers to be safe versus the Banshee. You have to scout as well if the Technolab on the starboard is moving. Like it means he's making clock Banshees. If not, you don't need Robo. If this is the case, like the Technolab is moving, basically you need an observer, so you need to start Robo as well. So 6 gates before, but third base, okay, third base, then 6 gates. Then if you see the Stargate has a Technolab and is moving, you can make a Robo. Okay, this is how you defend a tank push with 2 gases opener. But if it's totally standard, you see second CC, you see a 1-1-1 here, but no add-ons on the factory and on the starboard. Like it's a Widow Mind drop, like normal, like it's standard. It's weird to see nowadays, but if you see this, basically this is the standard. So what you need here is play Blink. Okay, play Blink. Then you can get a third base, but first of all, your next 100 gas is gonna be here on the row, okay? Because you need observers here. Because it means, and also a very, very important detail to see when you scout, is you are gonna be with the hallucination till 3:30 minutes, okay? If you see extra barrack, it means it's gonna be a push, like on the minute 6:30, okay? Because of the steam pack, because of the compass shield. But if not, if it's only 1-1-1 and it reaches minute 4, it means it's gonna be a pressure, like 1-1-1 pressure. Maybe with tanks, maybe with some Banshees here. Like it's not super hard push, like on the 2 gases opener, but it also can be done with 1 gas opener. So basically you need to react about what the timing of the 2 extra barracks is building. Like if it's 3:30 standard, if 1 minute racks, oh shit, push early aggression, okay? So if this is the situation, like this is the standard situation what we are looking here, this is the AI, okay, so it's not a real match. But if this is the situation, like the standard situation, we are making this, we play blink, we play share base. The robo, at the moment, we warp, like two units, we warp, we take 2 gases. We never stop making probes, okay? This is illegal if you stop. It's not allowed. You need to constantly make probes. Okay, so we have another pylon here. You have to be effective with your pylon. Like you need to be efficient with your pylons. You are not allowed to have here more than 8 supply at once, because all of these resources is not gonna be used on the time, so it's basically inefficient. So you can be behind just by yourself. You are losing into yourself, not into the enemy, okay? You need to be efficient with that. Okay, and the play is the first 2 units you warp is you warp 2 stalkers here, and the next warp 1 stalker here, 1 stalker here, and you are safe here versus any drop, any Banshee, anything, and you are safe here as well versus any aggression, Helion, drop, anything. You have units here, and you don't warp any more unit. You don't need anymore because you have extra gases now. So the next thing we are gonna be doing here is placing our forge, extra gates, and when we hit 200 gas, okay, we need to place our tech. Okay, if it's gas, we play Colossus. If we need to play High Templars, we wait till 200 gas. Okay. So here I'm gonna play the forge. We keep making probes, never stop, and at the moment we end blink, we need to start charge, and all of these chronobus should be used on the next side, okay? Yeah, you see? Next side. We just need probes because we figure out it's totally standard, so till 6:30, oh sorry, till 6:30, this will be no aggression at all. So maybe 1 repair, 1 helium, but we don't need to overreact. We don't need to make any more unit. And with the observer, we are gonna see the move out as well. So we are completely safe. So with the extra mineral, we make forge, 2 extra gates. Our dream setup, okay? Dream setup is gonna be 8 gates, our tech, and 3 bases totally secure. Okay? We need 16 probes here, all the probes here. We don't take the gas of the third, okay? We don't take. We just play for gases at the moment. We don't need anymore to deal with this first aggression. If we get extra gases, we are gonna have way less units, and we need that unit, so it's not necessary. Okay? So here we play our tech when I have 200 gas. Okay? Maybe I made a bit late. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right now I can make, but yeah, I don't have the mineral, okay? Because I'm constantly making probes. This is super important. Once again, never stop making probes. Never stop. It's not worth it at any case. Never stop. Since you have your setup, okay? When you have your setup, you should cut your probes because you don't need more probes. So you are overmining this space for anything because you are not getting any more mineral really. Like you can make at any mineral line till 19 probes. Okay. If you have more than that, it's inefficient. So all the time you need or 16 or okay, nothing more. No, never more. Because it's not efficient. You are not getting any good amount of mineral more than this. Okay, so here are gonna reach in there. The good setup, okay, we have 6 already. 7. It's important to make the tech, like the upgrade, more than the gates, but at the moment I'm gonna tell you two situations, okay? If you don't feel comfortable playing Storm, which can be perfectly the stage, okay? We don't need to play Storm, so we just have to play the extra gate right now. I think, yeah. We have 8 gates already. So if you want to save that gas just to make archons, because of on the first push the enemy don't have any ghost, it's totally okay, it's totally fine. You can stop the first push with archon, silot, stalkers. It's perfectly fine. And with the sentry, this sentry should be used on the push, like for guardian seal. Silots plus guardian seal is super good, like really good. So that's it. 1 second, yeah. Okay, but on this scenario, I'm gonna play Storm. And when I play Storm, okay, and I have the setup, like, okay, we have 16 probes. We don't need any more, okay? We don't need any more probe. I should cancel this. Yeah, I cancel this. Okay. We don't need any probe, but we need some pylons, and we need to constantly warp units, okay? We never stop warping units. We never. Okay, warp. And with the stalkers, okay, should be here. Like if the Terran is moving out and you check with the observers, the stalker should be guiding the units while you are warping. Okay, this is super important because if the Terran can reach your base and reach a good position for free, you are in troubles. But if you are making this, you are gaining time because the Terran should be repositioning his army, putting the Marauders or the tanks at the front. The tanks and the Marauders are getting some damage, so the medevacs are spending some energy to heal the units, or the tanks is not gonna be super strong because they are taking damage. So to the big engage, the tanks are gonna be less tanky units. So it's totally fine, but you really need to be kidding here with your stalkers. Okay, and at this moment, you just need to warp units. If you want any another observer, when you make this first one, it's okay. If you're suspicious about Banshees, you should leave the other observer here. So if the Banshees are here, you just move the server. Here, again, move the server. Or here, you just move again the observer. It's super easy. But you need a second observer over the center of your base, like here, over the core of your base. So you can easily reach any side of your base, like super fast. So you don't get any important damage. Like any significant damage. Okay, so here we are boosting our upgrades. We should be boosting this. And we keep warping. Okay. How to warp units? This is another important aspect. When we have 8 gates, we always need to warp. When we have 300 gas, 2 High Templars at the moment. If we get gas, we don't warp High Templars. Why? I'm gonna explain why. Okay, when you warp a Zealot, okay, the time to get the gateway available again, like all this cycle, okay, is about 21 seconds, okay? But when you warp a High Templar, okay, if you see, this is like 18 seconds, but if we go here, it's 13 seconds, because this gate warp a High Templar, and this gate warp as, no, this gate warp a Zealot. When you warp a Zealot, it takes 21 seconds to recover the gate, but when you warp a High Templar, it takes 34 seconds. So it's less efficient to warp one High Templar because the time you spend getting another 150 gas, it could be like a middle cycle of a Zealot. Okay, so you can have extra units, like more supply than you should have if you warp efficiently. Okay, and you don't need to worry about the energy. If you don't have the energy on two High Templars, that's why you warp 2x2. You should make Archon with this, and with the first High Templars, basically you will have energy. And if you don't having energy, you always have the energy recharge for one storm. and when you spend it, you should make actions, okay? So this is why you warp 2 by 2. One, because of the efficiency of the warping, and the second case is because you can always make actions. You will never have a High Templar like alone, like the TP case when you need 6 actions and you make 7 High Templars. One High Templar is gonna be alone because it's not per number. So it's not going to be the case, okay? You need to work like this. Like 2 High Templars, okay? When you have this guys, no, okay? I'm warping 0, but when I have, okay? You see? This is how you need to work. And when you stop the push, so at this moment, the push should be here. So when you defense, basically, you take extra gases, 4 base, 10 gauge. Okay, you need 10 gauge. This is your next setup, okay? Your another tech route, okay? This is the another tech. And extra robo. Okay. Here we are gonna play in Colossi. But you can also play Disruptor if you really need. Like, if you don't feel comfortable playing Colossi, just play Disruptors. Okay, Disruptor Storm or Disruptor Colossi is okay. But here, those zerots are not important anymore because only we need zerots to defend the first push. So, something really cool we can do here is take those amount of zerots and just make a super run by, okay? But not right now. When you get more units, because you don't want to be vulnerable at your base. Like at this moment when you defend the push, and this, if the Terran doesn't recover the units and don't save anything, you can just go and kill him, okay? It's that simple. You can just go and kill him. If the Terran save units and you cannot really engage into that, but the Terran just decide to recover the units, you should be on this scenario, like if these zealots doesn't die, like don't die, you just need to make a run by and trade the zealots, like this supply should be traded for better units, okay? It's the same amount of supply but better units. What units? Colossi, Disruptors, and the next setup is going to be Immortals, okay? So when you get the 4 base down, we keep making probes. At the moment we start the gases, we keep making probes, okay? Second forge as well on the setup. Okay, the setup is going to be 10 gauge, second forge, tech, second robo, 4 base, and extra gases. Okay, this is what we need. When we get this, we are basically winning, okay? When the Protoss is on 4 bases, it's super hard to beat the Protoss at this point, okay? Something really cool we can do here is predicting what probes are gonna be like over mining when this minerals ends. So we can just transfer 2 probes here, 2 probes here, and 2 probes here to this base. So we don't make extra and unnecessary probes, okay? We can take those gases or we cannot, okay? It's not necessary to take those gases, but it's okay if you take it, okay? It's okay. But at the moment you got this base totally secure, just go and place the 5th base, okay? Don't think anymore, just place the 5th base. But you really need to keep warping units, okay? So we are gonna play here 4 Colossi. If you play Colossi, only 4, not more, not less, 4 Colossi. And then you start making Immortals. Okay, when you are making the 2 extra Colossus, you place another 2 extra Robo and you go to Immortals straight. Okay, here I'm gonna make the super run by. That's why. Okay, it's massive this run by. Imagine if the Terran is here with the units, you see the move out with the observer, or if this observer is killed. At the moment you place the 4 base and you sature the 4 base, you take the 5th base and put extra pylons over the map to gain vision, okay? At the moment you gain vision, you can figure out when the Terran is moving, so you can like lead those zealots over there. So at the moment you see, oh, it's hitting my pylon over here. So we are gonna go with all the silos here and take all the mineral lines or all the natural base or all the third base or the main base even. Okay, just basically whenever you need to kill something. Okay, so the Terran have two possibilities: step back, lose time, lose tempo of his attack and defend, or just go for a base state or anything, or just commit into the push, but he's gonna face a big amount of High Templars, like not really that amount, just 4, because with the other 4 we are gonna make Archons maybe, and 4 Colossus if we don't get supply block. And if the situation was realistic, this it's not gonna be that many silos here, so we have supply enough to make the 4 extra Colossus here. So we will have 4 Colossus here, 4 Storms totally full energy, 2 Archons, Zealots, and the Sentry. Okay, so it's gonna be huge and super hard to break this position from the Protoss. So basically we won here. Okay, it's another win position. Another thing we can do when we place the 5th base is go for datils. Okay, if the Terran also have good economy and the game is more or less even, the Terran should be taking bases but only making planetary fortress. So the best way to deal with planetary fortress is with DTs, because we need 10 DTs to kill a planetary fortress on 3 seconds. Okay, it takes 3 hits or 4 hits, I'm not sure, I think it's 4 seconds. Okay, 4 seconds to kill a planetary fortress. Something really cool you can do is basically attack, force the enemy to react to this attack, so all the army will be here, you step back, you join to the DTs, with the DTs over this base or over this base, you kill it, you make recall to the DTs, make 5 extra Archons and just go with the main army and attack with everything. Make 5 extra Archons is super cool if the Terran don't have ghosts. Okay, if you see this situation and the Terran don't have any ghosts, it's super cool to do, or low count ghosts. Okay, if the Terran have like 2 or 3 ghosts, it's totally okay to do this, because he don't have enough PMs to deal with those Archons and with the High Templars at the same time, if you properly micro. So if you see more than 3 ghosts, like 5 ghosts, 6 ghosts, don't recall, just save the DTs. Okay, you need to take care about those DTs. It's like your zones. Okay, you don't need to lose those DTs, but don't make the recall. Just let the DTs over there or over there. Just hide it. So at the moment the Terran take again those this base, you can make the same move. Go with the army here or with a prism over here. If you check, he don't have any turret. So force the Terran to go here, to the other side of the base, to make him this side more vulnerable. Okay, he have to choose or this side or this side. If it's not enough, you can also go with a prism on the main base. It's a bit more risky. Okay, I don't recommend this because usually the Terrans are super paired. Okay, like they have turret here. The production line is literally here, so if you place a prism here, the marines that are coming out are just gonna kill it. So it's a bit risky, but you can do it. Okay, so if you do it and make the Terran force to move his army like over this side, you can just go with this again and kill this base again. So if you take more than 2 bases or advantage, it means you are hardly winning the game. So I think that's all for my side. I think I explained everything, because then the main army should be like 2 extra robots here, so full immortals, a couple of Stalkers for the Liberators or Vikings or something, 4 Colossi and some High Templars for Storm. So it's super strong army, it's super hard to deal with, even with the agris, with permachronobus, you're gonna reach the 3-3-3 super early. The Terran will not have the 3-3 on time, maybe. Or if you have, it doesn't matter because you also have the sentry, so it's basically a +5. It's a +5 of armor and shields versus a +3 of armor of Terran. So it's gonna be huge. So I think this is all for me. This is how should we play it, the TVP. More late, if the game goes more late, you can place air units like carriers, but it's a bit risky. I think the best composition is ground composition. Like, you don't really want to take Terran to this late, but basically you can play. If okay, let's say you reach this situation, the best unit should be carriers versus Terran at least, okay, and storms. You just need carriers and storms for the late. If you need any other composition, you can play also Tempest with the upgrade of the Tempest, which make super huge damage to the structures. Also with Disruptor, like Disruptor Tempest and some storms. Disruptor Tempest with some immortals. Is up to you, okay? It's totally fine, but I recommend carriers because of high DPS, and I also recommend the Storm because of the zoning ability of the Storm for the Vikings, for the, I don't know, anything. The Storm can zone anything. So I think that's all. Thank you for seeing this tutorial, and have a good day.